In the early hours of May 2nd, 2018, a landmark building in São Paulo, Brazil, vanished from the skyline in just 80 minutes. The Wilton Paissandu building, a 26-story steel and concrete structure, had collapsed following a devastating fire. As emergency workers sifted through the rubble, fears grew that multiple lives had been lost. The shocking incident raised questions about how a modern high-rise could fall so quickly. The Wilton Paissandu building was a trailblazer in Brazilian skyscraper design when it was constructed between 1961 and 1968. Its striking glass facade concealed a steel and concrete structure with a central core housing lift shafts and a staircase. For supporting columns made of steel and concrete were set inward from the exterior, creating open, flexible spaces inside. The building's unique design, however, would ultimately contribute to its downfall. Originally home to various companies, the building was later taken over by the government. By 2003, it stood abandoned. Like many vacant buildings worldwide, it became a target for squatters. Families in desperate circumstances moved in, creating makeshift living spaces. The building fell into disrepair with unreliable electricity, damaged infrastructure, and mounting trash. On May 1st, 2018, a fire erupted on the 5th floor. While the exact cause is disputed, the likely culprit was a short circuit in the makeshift wiring. The fire spread rapidly through the wooden partitions and empty elevator shafts, engulfing almost every floor within an hour. As residents fled and emergency services arrived, the building's glass panels shattered, raining shards onto the streets below. At around 2:50 in the morning, the unthinkable happened. The Wilton Paissandu building suddenly collapsed, crumbling to the ground in a matter of seconds. The adjacent church was destroyed by falling debris. Tragically, some people were still trapped inside when the building fell. At least 7 lives were lost, though the exact number remains uncertain due to the informal nature of the building's occupancy. In the aftermath, the disaster became a symbol of São Paulo's housing crisis. Hundreds of displaced residents were forced onto the streets or into temporary shelters. The incident sparked anger among locals, even leading to protests against the president when he visited the site. But how could a steel and concrete building, traditionally thought to be fire-resistant, collapse so dramatically? The answer lies in the building's unique design and the intense heat of the fire. While the materials used in construction were of good quality, the building's asymmetric structure made it vulnerable to lateral movement. The fire, burning at temperatures exceeding 600 degrees C, caused the steel to expand. This thermal expansion created forces about 20 times stronger than those the building was designed to withstand from wind or vertical loads. As a result, the structure began to twist. Eventually, this twisting motion led to a progressive structural collapse, with the building essentially tearing itself apart. The Wilton Paissandu disaster serves as a stark reminder of the importance of proper building maintenance, regular inspections, and adherence to modern fire safety standards. It also highlights the potential vulnerabilities in unique architectural designs, especially when subjected to extreme conditions. As cities continue to grow upward, the lessons learned from this tragedy must inform future building practices to prevent similar catastrophes.